girl. Go ahead. Go ahead in. Good girl. What a good girl. She's a good girl. Did you get that? Is that something or what?
The night is the one true side of hunting left yet to be explored. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no right or wrong way to hunt at night. All we did is take the funnest sport on the planet, and we did it our way. We are all complete addicts. And if anybody tried to come and tell us we had to stop, good luck with that. Sometimes truth is in fact stranger than fiction, and this is one story that's just too crazy to make up. It all started about 4 years ago when I got a call from one of the most interesting men I've ever met. As he methodically explained exactly what he does, I quickly realized Titus Plomaridis was no ordinary fella. In a nutshell, Titus is a Greek falconer from New Hampshire who flies hawks and owls to catch black-tailed jackrabbits off the fist from a moving UTV, all at night. An award-winning big-screen movie composer by the name of Hans Zimmer recently said, "If there's a rule, break it, because that's the only thing that moves things forward." In this case, Master Falconer Titus Plomaridis has clearly proven when someone loves a sport so much, they will find a way to enjoy it in a manner that suits their needs best, no matter what their peers may say or think about it within that sport. It always amuses me how when someone creates a new way of doing something that's been done a certain way for centuries, they always seem to catch crap for simply doing it different than it's always been done, as if there is some rule that doesn't allow for the advancement of the sport. What Titus does with his birds is absolutely one of the coolest things I have ever personally witnessed, and has given me a first-hand look at the advantages of how he hunts his birds, regardless of what traditional falconry says is right or wrong. Within the pages of Harris's Revolution, which is considered one of the most credible falconry books ever written, it states in black and white, and I quote, "It's the falconer's duty to provide the hawk with the greatest advantage possible. This involves a well-planned hunting strategy shaped by the conditions." The advantages the writer was talking about were things such as an increased number of slips, or even the safety of the bird when a violent ground battle ensues with a 10-pound pissed-off jack. No matter how you slice it, no falconer can get there to help their bird as fast on foot. Frankly, I'm dying to teach you all everything I've learned about the sport over the past 4 years. But first, I think it's important for everyone to understand the basics first.
That was a big rabbit. Because that was such a good hit, I felt I had to trade her for the big rat.
And I believe the best place to start is with the trade.
I'm trying to get to my hand.
Okay, go ahead.
He wants to bite the shit out of me. Hey, get in there. Chris, I'm gonna go down and get some food. A couple of nice, juicy rat. I put the chain on this door to keep the north wind from blowing it on my head when I'm coming out. Nothing like some nice, fresh, juicy, homegrown rats for my birds. A whole rodent is the best food in the whole world for eagles, hawks, and owls. Thank you, Gary Brewer, for that excellent piece of advice. And boy, you can really see it in their feathers. They have a nice little shine to them. They grow out beautiful feathers during the molt, and we hunt right in the molt. Oh, he's a beauty. He's trying to get up there and bite me. Get in there. Once you get him by the tail, you can't let go. I try to grab the males because they're a little bigger and a little beefier. All right. Oh, you're getting out. One already got away. It's running out over there. Oh, two got away. No. That was from earlier. I got them for Roxy. But I will take a couple of these. I need my, their tails are so small. They're hard to feel with the, oh, they're all over the place. Look, it's a jailbreak. They're everywhere. We put them in here, try to keep them alive and warm to the last minute. Because when we trade the birds for that freshly killed jackrabbit, we want them to have a nice, warm, fresh, bloody meal. We don't want them to be trading for a cold, defrosted, previously frozen rat. Hey, get in there. You know, that's the one, look at him trying to get out. That's the one thing about all the rodents in this room. They're all on death row. Death row, no appeal. I think we're making headway, Chris. I like it. I like it.
Titus has a personal connection with all of his birds, but there is one I can tell is very special because she's been with him from the beginning, and that's his red-tailed hawk, Victoria.
Victoria, you ready to rock and roll, girl? We're gonna go catch a big, fat jackrabbit.
She was the first bird I ever had a chance to watch hunt, and it was obvious right from the start she was the ace of the group.
All right, let's go, big girl.
I had no idea what to expect on my first ride-along, and was literally blown away at the speed and accuracy she could hit a jack from the time she left the glove. She is no rookie and likely has more documented black-tailed jackrabbit kills than any other red-tailed hawk in the world. She's the silent one when all the other birds are talking, but you can tell by the look in her eye she's all business. There's no time for games when it's her turn to hunt, and any black-tailed jackrabbit that crosses her path will likely become the next statistic. After all, she is the ace.
Get him, girl. Get him, girl. Get him. Good hit, girl. Good job, Victoria. Hey, hey. Here's a rat. Good girl. Good girl. It's a big one. Either way. That's a big rabbit. And because that was such a good hit, I felt I had to trade her for the big rat.
Well, I guess by now you know why Titus has a rat colony in his basement. Titus uses these rats every time his birds make a successful catch on a jack to do what falconers call the trade. It's a bit like a business transaction, if you will, between the falconer and the bird. Raptor catches a jack, bird gets paid or traded with a fresh rat as a reward for that kill. I'm no falconer, but from what I can tell, the trade is a huge part of falconry. as it's the falconer's way of giving his bird positive reinforcement with a reward, yet at the same time he's actually giving the bird a smaller meal. Talk about a tricky proposition for the falconer. A raptor's sole purpose for living is to kill and eat. And anytime someone tries to take away a 10-pound warm, juicy jackrabbit they just worked so hard to catch and replace it with a little measly rat snack, that natural instinct to hold on to what they just caught will always kick in. This trade prevents the bird from getting too full and allows the falconer to keep hunting his bird because he's still hungry. It's a dance every falconer has to play with each individual bird on a case-by-case basis.
That's a girl. Get the rat. Get the rat, girl. Come on.
As some birds are just simply harder to trade than others.
Good job.
Like his Harris's hawk Evita. A sign of a good falconer is one who can have the patience to train his bird to willingly trade a fresh kill for a meal nowhere even close to the same size. And that is what makes Titus so good at what he does.
That was a great flight. That Jack thought he was getting away, but he didn't, huh? No.
Titus simply has a gift for getting his birds to trade even when they really don't want to.
Hey, Victoria. Victoria, you want to come and kill a jack tonight? Let's go, girl. Come on, let's go kill a jack. Let's go hunting. Good girl. You're such a sweet girl. You want to hunt jackrabbits tonight? Huh? I think you do.
Titus had a situation where he didn't have daylight hours, but he had to do something if he was going to continue practicing falconry. And this thought came into his mind. You know, he'll hunt them at night when they're out and when he has the time. And then he was faced with the challenge of going against the grain as far as the birds he was using were diurnal. They were daytime animals. And he was going to attempt to hunt a nocturnal animal with a diurnal animal at night. So what I saw when I got there is if anybody's got an advantage, it's the jackrabbit, because they are nocturnal animals. They know every square inch of their territory. They know where the escape structure is. They're fast as greased lightning, and they kick like a mule. So after I saw it, I had a whole different opinion of what he was doing, and I became fascinated with it and amazed. In fact, as far as I'm concerned and the way I'm viewing it, it's a gift to falconry. You know, Titus works a full-time job and then comes home at night and flies anywhere from 1 to 3 birds in an evening and still manages to get rest enough to go to work and do it again another day. So obviously it's doable because he's doing it.
Falconry is a sport rooted deep within tradition. However, history has proven that change is inevitable within every good sport. And anytime someone comes along and practices the sport in a way contrary to what tradition would suggest, it's not uncommon for all the traditionalists to quickly jump up and say, "Hey, you can't do that." But the fact remains, any advancement of the sport itself is much more important than the personal agenda of any one single person or any organization trying to regulate it. You have to remember, I'm the outsider looking inward at the sport. I'm not a falconer by any stretch, but in 4 years of personally watching Titus hunt his birds, I am yet to find one single tangible item that does not support every single facet of what traditional falconry stands for. Not one. Yet there are still those handful of falconers that don't like it for one reason or another. I guess what I'm trying to say is, from an outsider's perspective, until I hear one legitimate reason why what Titus does is not falconry at its finest, until then, your argument is invalid.
Got a call one night, and it was Titus, and he told me what he was doing, and of course, you know, my first thought that popped into my head was a deer in the headlights, and the rabbit never saw what hit it. I mentioned that, and he said, "No, man, it's not like that. You got to see it. It's just like in the daytime, except it's at night when the rabbits are out." So I had to go see this for myself. So I did, and I went to it, and I was astounded. I mean, I was just absolutely amazed, not just at the amount of game that he was able to get put up, because he was going with the flow in that respect. You know, jackrabbits are nocturnal, and so you can get out there during the daytime, you might walk a mile and bust 2 or 3 jackrabbits, you know, but at night, as you guys have already seen, the rabbits are out moving around, they're feeding, and so there's a lot more opportunities.
Only a true falconer without a personal agenda will put the advancement of the sport they love before their own objective. Doing otherwise only suggests you care more about your own objective than the sport itself. I'm with Master Falconer Titus Plomeritis, watching him work one of the coolest birds I've ever seen. Her name is Roxy, and she is all personality. Roxy is a Eurasian eagle owl, and Titus is training her to hunt from the glove like he does his hawks.
You want to go in? Okay, girl. Good girl, Rox. Roxy's a good girl. Yeah. She thinks she's got something like. She can't see her feet. Hey, girl. She's decided you're not going to be a source of anything to eat, so she's going to go look for something over there.
Now, almost every falconer Titus has talked to about his plans to train Roxy to hunt like his hawks has told him, Titus, it can't be done. You'll never get a Eurasian eagle owl to hunt that way, they said. Titus obviously didn't listen and decided to prove to himself that a Eurasian eagle owl would in fact hunt from a moving UTV for black-tailed jackrabbits at night. Titus has had her since she was a baby, and if there is anyone on this planet that can get that bird to do what he wants, it's him. You can tell when it's her turn to hunt, because as soon as she hears the UTV fire up and head her way, she jumps up on her little pedestal and starts rocking side to side in excitement, as if she's saying, "I'm ready, Daddy. Let's go get those jacks." She is an amazing bird with huge potential, and anyone who says it can't be done has obviously never met her and drastically underestimated what kind of falconer Titus really is.
Yeah, if you could.
Hey, Rox. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweet girl. Roxy's your sweetie. Yeah, she's your sweetie. Girl. Hey, sweetie. Roxy's a good girl. Here, Rox. Come on in. Come on in, girl. Go ahead. Go ahead in. Good girl. What a good girl. Boy, oh boy, Roxy.